Flex, the livest one in the section. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga, woof. I'm an 88 pack nigga, woof. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood, trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed. Shout out to Ronnie Coleman. Dwayne Jones. Love is the word. Bert. Simon Bridgman. Salute. Troll Killer. Mr. Shelton in the building. Thomas. What's good, famo? Rick Blackwell. Eric Holt. Wayne McDavis, Dwayne Freeman in the building. What's good? Mr. Black. What up? Thomas Harris, salute. Brown on boxing, Aaron Raw Willis. Viva Tu Vida. Yusuf Kawi. Underground Asylum. Kitty Peeps. Stormy B-Man, the sensei is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. St. Cruising, what's good, fam? Ratchet since 91. Kane the bad guy. Jose Diaz. D-Man Jr. 9 Mile Player. What up? Jeffrey Lopez. Salute, fam. Big Homie Coop. Fred Rose. Jay Walk. Eric R. Ian Levant. 503 Line in the mother effing building. What's good, fam? Anthony Lamar. Jared, what up? Dean, what's good? Mel Lane. Yes, my people. All around strong LLC. See that LLC? That's a serious thing right there. Dig? I'll go ahead and play with that if y'all want. Yeah. So I'm gonna salute the family as they come in. Let's get started. Y'all see the picture? I was waiting patiently for this day out of general principle. Rashard Livingston, salute, man. Out of general principle. King Corleone. I've been waiting for this day out of principle. This isn't going to be a live breaking down numbers and, it's Kenneth Johnson, salute, and talking about, if this guy made that much and Canelo drank the swamp and this and that. I'm not going to do that here. There's more than enough channels that did it already. Go check out Boxing Ego. Go check out The Barbershop. Fred did it. Those guys did a wonderful job. Robert Singleton, salute. I'm not here to talk math. Kevin Dunbar, salute. I'm not here to talk about any of that and to explain in depth why this happened. Nazi, salute. I'm going to tell you why it happened. I'm going to keep this so simple, and I'm going to gloat. I'm going to gloat. Now, mind you, these two men more than likely have more money than we'll ever see in our lifetime. But when I say this is about principle, and this is one of the biggest I told you so's in 2021, yeah, buddy. Adrian Vetch, salute. This is one of the biggest I told you so's, and Thomas knows what I'm talking about. MP, what the fuck? My boy Thomas knows. Daryl Alexander, salute, fam. He knows because he was there in those ridiculous Facebook groups. Show your boxing IQ. 4 weeks. 4 weeks. The mind of a troll. Unique Dawn salutes is the mind of a troll. 4 weeks just to do that, for me to do that. And he has another account on standby. To come back, and he'll be back in about 4 weeks. To do that. Is that sick? Oh, what? Anyway. That's right, Thomas. Because Thomas, my brother Thomas was there for the whole thing. He was there when Eddie Hearn said, American takeover. I'm coming to America with this product called DAZN. What's DAZN? Well, I have a bunch of money that we learned that someone said was from some billionaire Russian guy. I don't know. And he's going to come over here with this bag. And the first thing they said he was going to do was what? Buy all the PBC fighters. You remember that? Who remembers that? Who remembers that? I'm going to buy all the PBC fighters. Y'all remember that? Pinalo 954, salute. Scorpio, salute. Y'all remember that? I'm coming over here with $1 billion bag. You remember? That was the word. $1 billion bag. And I said, okay. Spooked, salute. I said, okay. Now, here was my stance. Bruce Gold, salute. Here was my stance. I wasn't hating on anybody. I don't hate anybody due to their race, culture, or creed. That's not who I am. That's not how I was raised. And Thomas can attest to this. I said, look, I don't care where he's from. If he can come over here and fix boxing and give us the fights that we want, if he can purchase all of these names and get these dumbasses in the ring and give us, the consumer, what we want, then guess what? That is good for boxing, is it not? Duke Todd, salute, St. Cruiser. Is that not good for boxing? I don't care where these guys are. I don't care what their purses are. Give me what I want as a consumer, though. All of this talent. Guys rank pound for pound highly. Guys have belts. Everyone's in their prime. Everyone's on different networks. So here comes Eddie Hearn with his shades on. Y'all remember that video? With his shades on. And I'm like, who is this guy? Kenneth Johnson, 88 Sports Talk, salute. I'm like, who is this guy? And he's trying to put himself on as some charismatic, sort of like a wrestling manager. I'm like, okay, he's got a little bit of a gimmick. Okay, who is he? Okay, silver spoon in his mouth. I read in the article, he said he turned the silver spoon gold. DAZN Urbanite, salute. Silvestri, salute. I'm like, okay, never mind all of that. I want to see what your work ethic is. I want to see how you put things together. So he came over here, you know, dangling AJ in front of us. This is the next Lennox Lewis. I said, yet to be seen. Okay, you're building his name, fine. You're telling us that he's some sort of global superstar. I'm like, all right, over there, yeah. Maybe certain parts of Europe, yeah, but over here, he could walk down 125th Street and he'll look like maybe a football player. He looks like an athlete. They were like, who did he play for? I remember I showed this picture to my little cousin, St. Louis Mix, salute. I said, you know who this is? He looked at the picture It was just him standing there with his shirt off. He said, who he played for? I swear to God. He said he was in the draft. Who he played for? Meaning NFL. I said, yeah, give me that back. You know who he was? He said who he played for. And he looked at it like, who he played for? He was in the draft? Because he still looked young. Nobody knows him. Y'all remember when Eddie Hearn came over here? It was on Park Avenue. Thomas, you remember that? He was on Park Avenue. I know where that motel was too. He was on Park Avenue on a YouTube channel or whatever. I don't know who he's talking to. He's like, yeah, no one knows Deontay Wilder. No one knows. Watch this. He starts asking random people in the street, do you know who Deontay Wilder is? They're like, no. Hamza S. Salute. Funny. Add to that question, do you know who Anthony Joshua is? They just said no. So you're in New York asking random people, do you know who? Boxing ain't popping like that over here. It's not. I remember Derek Jeter was on 3rd Avenue at a Starbucks on, I think there was a Starbucks there on 83rd, and he was in there ordering his Starbucks, and you just saw the people coming out their house looking in. He came out, hey, good morning. It was like, hey, Derek, hey. Got a little swarm. They ain't like OD. They were taking like their cell phones out. He said, hey, y'all guys have a good day. And he jumped in his Mercedes and he peeled out. I looked, I said, oh, Derek Jeter. Baseball, Derek Jeter. Get it? That happens to NFL players, NBA players, MLB players. It could happen to tennis players. Boxers, not so much. Not so much. Wasn't Tyson Fury walking in the mall with Sugar Hill and Reggie Owens walked up on him and they were nice enough to talk to him? Was he mobbed? Was Tyson Fury mobbed? And this was after the Wilder event. Was he mobbed? No. I'm saying. Boxers don't get mobbed like that. That era, in at least in the States, that like disappeared probably with Mike Tyson. Because Mike Tyson was a worldwide superstar. AJ's not there yet. Am I talking bad about AJ? No. That's right, Thomas, especially Park Avenue. Do y'all know what's up there? 96th Street in downtown. Because 96th Street uptown is Harlem. It gets fugazi. But 96th Street downtown, that's money over there. Don't nobody care about boxing over there. A handful of people would have known, oh, yeah, that's it. Trust me. If I was walking up that block and I walked up on them, that'd have been gold. I'd have been like, wow! Please ask me a question, because you know I got $1 billion. He'd have looked at my face just like this and been like, better not F with this guy. He looks like he knows what he's talking about. He'd have got thoroughly embarrassed just by questions. See, embarrassing somebody doesn't mean you have to sit there and disrespect them or whatever, but when you challenge them and ask them to explain themselves, he wouldn't have been prepared. He wouldn't have been prepared because I started asking questions. Like, yeah, I know exactly who Deontay Wilder is. What's your next question? Yes, I paid for every last one of his events. What's your next question? Here's my question. Can we ask random people who Anthony Joshua is right here? Can I stand here with you and do that? He just stopped the camera and went upstairs. Salute to St. Cruz and in that super chat, much love and appreciation. He said his arrogance didn't let him do any research. Hearn just thought his wave of a few bucks and get the PBC fail big time. Listen. Sorry if I misread that a bit. I'm reading kind of fast. But listen, that's exactly what he thought. He thought, Ray Charles, salute. Deland James, salute. He thought that he would come over here Unscripted Virtuoso, salute. Jelly Bean, salute. Chris Chandler, salute. He thought that he would come over here and start flashing these ones, and that would entice all of the PBC fighters to come sign with him. That's what he thought. And I remember having these debates on these god-awful Facebook groups, because I would say 99.999% of them are trash. There might be one that's pretty good out there somewhere, but I haven't seen it. All of them are trash. They're all trash. The one that I was in, I met some really good people. I talked to a few of them outside of the group because I left Facebook altogether. Landed 2 and 6, salute. I am sure Will in the building, salute. Calvin Johnson. But there's some guys that I still speak to. But a majority of the things that was going on in the group, it was trash. It was trash. And I reserve the right to protect my sanity. Do you know people in that group? I was like, yo, look, I don't know what you're talking about. You're very rude, and I'm about to block your dumb ass. You know what their response was? Blocking is a sign of weakness. So let me get this straight. You want to argue with me? You've never met me. And you fired the first shot of disrespect. You made a statement that said I disagree, and I support my statement with facts. And you fired back with jokes. That's weak. Let me be clear when I say this. You know what power is? Power is not what you can do. Power is what you don't do when you have the power. I could roast with anybody. Come on, man. I grew up roasting people. My skin is thick. I don't give a shit what people say about me. As long as it's not affecting my bottom line, that's when I gotta get you. But I get you by the pen. But I have a right to block you to protect my feng shui. If I don't want to deal with it, I don't want to deal with it. You know who just likes to go back and forth just for the sake of going back and forth? Because it occupies their time and their day. Because, you know, arguing is a waste of time. He knows. He knows. He knows. Those lunchroom roasts back in high school, it would get crazy in there. And you know what's crazy about high school? Some of the mamas you did talk about, you actually seen them bitches. Stop. Stop. Don't do it. Don't do it. Nothing's off limits. But I have a right to protect my happy place. And I don't go back and forth with people just for the sake of going back and forth. That's why I don't do debates. That's why I don't pop up on other panels to debate this channel, that channel. I don't care what they have to say because you're not going to change it. David Scott III, salute. So good luck to you. Do your thing over there. And I'm going to do my thing over here. So I'm like, blocking is a sign of weakness. No, it's a sign of power. My block game is strong. I ask everybody that pop up in my comment section that just show up just to Macadam one in the building, salute. That just show up just to disrupt and try and be disrespectful. I respond and I say at the end, I say, yo, by the way, have you met Batumbo? They were like, what? Block. And if you got to make 1,400 different accounts just to get my attention, you might be a homosexual. You might have father issues. Why do you require my attention? I'm just a guy talking boxing. Why do you require my attention? I don't know. I can suspect a lot of things. The fact that you never show your face, and if you do show your face, you're talking about me every damn day, thinking about me every damn day. You know who I thought about every day? Karen Alexa, salute. My wife before I married her. Oh, Paul Boxer, salute. That's who I thought about every day. Make sense? Ladies, you think about your family every day, your husband every day, right? Right? I hope you don't think about a YouTuber's boxing opinion every moment. Making accounts. He's going to block this one, but I'm going to get him with this one. And he's going to hear me when I say this. And I'm going to strike a nerve when I say this. If you have a life, you don't have time to do that. You're just a creep. Smitty Smith, salute. So, back to boxing. Some things bears repeating. But back to boxing. Those groups are horrible. And I left. I left because there was a racial comment made in there. And I left. And one thing that was certain in that group was that they were on Eddie Hearn's ball sack. They were on his ball sack. There was a lot of Brits in there. A couple were cool. Some of them were just like the rest of these Brits we blocked. I'm not sorry. I'm not, Mr. Shelton, don't even worry about that because you're here every day and we support you. So, whatever. Nobody supports him. He has no fact, and there's 1,000,001 factions that try to rival ours, but they don't have the unity, they don't have the support, nothing. They're not even monetized. It don't even make sense. You're here every day. We support you, you support us, and they're jealous that they don't have the same association. That's what it is. Anyway, Eddie Hearn, they were pro Hearn. And I said, yo, why am I here? And you had a lot of the American haters that hated Al Heyman. I would ask questions like, yo, Al's never said anything to anybody. Why do you hate him again? And they would make up these weird ass things. And then there was another group I was a part of, because I was just looking for boxing talk. And who's in that group? Rick Glasser. And I've told this story a dozen times. And I made a statement, main boxing, biker, salute. Smash the like button. And I made a statement, and then Rick Glasser addresses me in the group. The PBC is about to fail. I said, okay. Please explain. And he starts doing all this dick math and all kinds of stuff that I ain't even understand. I ain't even gonna hold you on that. I ain't even ratings and money that he put up. And I said, well, how do you know this? Because for all I know, he couldn't know this. I said, well, how do you know all of this? That's when I began to conduct my interview. How do you know this? I'm a boxing insider for X amount of years. And I looked at his face and said, yeah, he's definitely older than me. He got me about 20 years or so. So I didn't disrespect him. But I just asked questions. Y'all know how I do. I just asked questions. I said, okay. You seen the books? I asked him something to that effect. You seen the books? No, I just know how this works. Okay. Then he starts going off about Al Heyman. Big old paragraphs. I'm reading it, and I'm like, okay. He's made a success in the music industry. Nothing wrong with that. Why is that a problem? For some reason that was a problem. Well, it's a problem because a lot of people in the music industry are not happy with it. Well, it looks like a lot of people in the boxing industry are happy with it. But go on. Well, it's going to fail because they're in the red. Well, a lot of businesses start out in the red. Businesses don't see a profit until after they're in business for about 3 to 5 years. I think that's the number. That much I do know. I don't know much. That much I do know. Yeah, but he got loans and this and that. And I said, well, businesses They got to play with money. They're not doing things out of pocket 100%. They got to take from here. They got to go to banks and get loans, and the bank has to be sure that they're going to get a return. And if the business matches up and they say, look, this is good, we have faith in you, we're going to loan you this money, and we expect it back by X amount of time. Y'all know how it goes. Vaguely, I know how it goes. Jamal Davis, salute. So I was letting him know I'm not a fool here. I'm not on here just banging on the keyboard, insulting people. I'm engaging in a conversation. Yeah, that's right, Hamza S. Yeah. So then people started taking note of our conversation. And then, the people that are egging them on, yeah, Rick, but he asked the question and, I'm not seeing the answer. There were some people in support of me, some people in support of him. I said, look, this isn't an argument. I'm asking questions because I need clarity on what he's saying. Maybe he's right. I don't know. But I said, Rick, respect to you. And I was never disrespectful to him. I said, look, none of this, everything you're explaining to me is probably is what every promotional company has gone through in the sport of boxing. Every business in the world starts out in the red. I'm not seeing why you're telling me they're going to be out of business when they have all that talent. I don't know what your problem is when he just brought you free boxing on TV, something that we haven't seen since the 80s. That's when he puts his phone number in the chat. Call me, I can explain it to you. I said, man, if you don't get your goddamn phone number out this chat with all these lunatics running around here, no one's going to be blowing up your phone, and then you're going to be blaming me. I said, Rick, please remove your phone number. I said, you see what's in this chat? Are you crazy? And he removed it, but I had it for a little while. It's in my, I don't even remember what phone I had, man. I don't even remember. But I couldn't believe that. But when he did that, that showed me that, I said, this guy's really desperate. I'm just a guy asking basic questions. I can't tell you all about how money works in the business of boxing. I can't tell you all of that, man. Like I said, go listen to Fred, Barbershop Conversations. He can tell you that. He knows about that stuff. I can tell you a little bit I can tell you what makes sense to me. Like how the PBC and free boxing on TV was bad, but Eddie Hearn coming over here and trying to make us purchase an application for X amount of dollars a month, that was good. And no one said anything about that? Y'all remember that? Now, why was that good, but free boxing on TV with quality fighters was bad? Listen. Do y'all see the play? Y'all see the play? DOG, salute. I'm going to be very blunt. Eddie came over here with his white face and nice hair. And let me give y'all a tip. Came over here with that British accent. Off the bat, over here, people get impressed by that. They get impressed by that. Eddie's like 6'5". He's a tall guy. Got his hair slicked back. Got those blue eyes. I think they're blue, whatever. And got that British accent. He could walk in anywhere and impress somebody. But if you know him based off of what I see, if he comes in and tries to talk business with me, this is my face. I'm letting him know. Better come correct, man. Because already, I don't believe you. Do we have reason not to believe Eddie? Yes. The man has lied several times. We have it on video, man. I started to get clips where I said, man, I'd be doing this shit all night. This guy's lied and lied and lied and lied. And you know what's amazing? No one holds him accountable but us. Isn't that amazing? So, you know what, Jamal? Yeah, he's slick talking, but you know what it is, though? He does it because no one holds him accountable. His lies is the story. The biggest whopper he told was this AJ versus Fury thing. And when that collapsed, everyone should have been like, Eddie, what happened? What happened? He blamed Bob. I'm the only person that wanted to fight. No, you wasn't. According to you, the world wanted to fight. According to you, according to Tyson Fury, the fight was done. Did y'all notice the only person quiet during that whole thing was who? AJ. AJ's a fighter. He said, yo, wherever they tell me to go, I'm going to go. I'm not going to say nothing. And did AJ say anything? Was he on his Instagram? Yeah. August 14th. It's done. No, I don't recall. If he did, I don't recall. But what I do know is he was the most quiet of the bunch. I'm just like, Eddie talking and Fury talking. AJ's not saying anything. That's not good. I said that. It's not good. I mean, so in those groups, that's what I had to deal with. That's what I had to deal with. Oh, Eddie, DAZN is backed by a billionaire Russian. He has endless money. I said, listen, he has endless money. You know why he has endless money? Because he made proper business decisions. And one of them was not dumping money into something for no reason. Every business person, when they get involved in a business, they have something what? They have something called what? An ROI, return on their investment. He is not going to dump millions of dollars into boxing without getting a return on his investment. That's business like 101. I don't know that for sure, but that makes sense. What? That's what they were telling me. Eddie, did you get a return on your investment dealing with DAZN?
Well, a very, very heavy rotation tonight. We had a very Darrison, but let's go to Terrace Tazen, look for the head of the pit.
That's the guy? Unbelievable, man. How did he get that off? I don't know. I do know. If Eddie Hearn looked like Idris Elba with the same accent, would he got any of this off? No, sir. Nope. Absolutely not. Y'all heard what I just said. So he comes over here flashing that money. The first person he went to was Adrian Broner. He just knew he had one. And Adrian told him, no, I'm loyal to Al Heyman. And people were like, oh. And I remember when he announced that he was going to go see Adrian Broner. In that very group, oh, he got Broner. Wait a minute. He said he's going to talk to him. He got Broner. Broner thinks about himself. He's going to go to DAZN. He said he's going to talk. couple of days later, y'all know what AB did. I'm loyal. F Broner. Yeah, right. I knew it. Okay. He came over there, tried to buy up all those PBC fighters. They told him no. Remember, he talked to both. Was it both Charlos? I think he and they sat with him. They met with him. Jay Gibson, salute. Cass, salute. Ray Charles sat with him. They told him no. So he was striking out all over the place. But y'all know what the big one was, right? I got $100 million for Deontay Wilder. I got $100 million for Deontay Wilder. And y'all know the story. I'm just gonna give you the facts because till this day, they still want to say what they want to say. I'm talking about the detractors. But I'm gonna give you the short version. I got $100 million for Deontay Wilder. I believe it was a 3-fight deal, something like that. Went in there. I think they said they were gonna start. Correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been a minute. They were gonna pick up the Brazil fight and give him 2 fights. And word on the street is, went in there. Oh, by the way, I think Lou DiBella messed up by doing that. He went around certain people and organized that meeting. Correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. BBG, salute. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, it's been a minute since I spoke on it. PGH Big Dog, salute. And from what I understand, come in there, you sit down. Okay, what you got? Okay, we're going to pick up the Brazil fight. All right, we got this $100 million for you. We're going to pick up the Brazil fight. Okay. We're going to pick up 2 fights. Okay. Looks at the paper. Where's AJ? Oh, wait, he not on that 3-fight deal, $100 million. Okay, but where's AJ? Oh, where's AJ? Now, I'm sure, and this is just me thinking, go ahead, salute. I'm sure, no one else is probably, not mind you, I haven't seen the contract. I wasn't in the office. This is all alleged. But I'm sure, right? You remember, we just figured AJ wasn't in the contract, even though Eddie lied, and I believe he lied because he's a liar. He said, of course AJ was in that deal. Then why the hell was AJ still signed to Matchroom and not to DAZN? I'm just asking. The whole thing seemed shaky. Well, that was what I asked. Maybe there was some things going on in there that I don't understand. I'm sure. But D walked away from that, and I said, AJ couldn't have been in that contract. I don't think he'd have walked away from that. AJ was definitely there. But I said, AJ, why the hell do they want to sign Deontay exclusively for 3 fights and not sign AJ? DP Rocker, salute. It didn't make any sense to me. Now, maybe there's something I'm missing. Whatever. But what I do know is this. Y'all remember that $50 million fiasco and all this other stuff? I'll sign the fight tomorrow, $50 million. Then they saw the money because the money was there. Then he said he wouldn't sell his soul. And let me go on record by saying this. A lot of that AJ was going through, y'all understand that was Eddie Hearn, right? Can we say that? Y'all understand that was Eddie Hearn talking, messing things up. Y'all understand that, right? Because y'all remember that Deontay and AJ spoke on the phone. I don't know what happened in that conversation, but I firmly believe that the conversation was pretty well. And based off of Eddie Hearn's behavior, I firmly believe he goofed up that situation. And AJ is just in a position where he's dealing with Eddie Hearn. So we got Eddie Hearn to thank for that. Could AJ have made something happen? I'm sure, but that's hard to think when you got this guy in your ear. One hand, you're like, I want to fight Asante El Salute. The next hand, you're like, well, this guy has helped me reach a certain lifestyle, so I owe him a bit of loyalty. I don't know. I'm just talking right now. 909 salute. Just saying. But when D walked away from that deal, what did people say? Oh, he ducked $100 million for AJ. But they didn't see AJ on that contract, did they? That's funny. He ducked $100 million because he didn't want to fight AJ. But when he walked away from that deal, what did they say? They said, sorry. I am Legend Boxer, salute. Now, why would they apologize? And they were very specific. They said, we didn't have our business in order. Did they not say that? They said that, right? They said that. That's what they said. I said, wait a minute. M-Dub, salute. I'm like, wait a minute. He walked away from $100 million, and they said so. Kind of local sports in the building. He walked away from $100 million, and they said sorry. I said, what the hell was not in that contract for him to walk away from $100 million? You know what? It's called big picture. First of all, I firmly believe, and it's just me talking, that $100 million, that was based off of who he fought, which means it probably wasn't really $100 million. This is just me. It's just me. We're going to pick up the Brazil fight. Fine. And you got 2 more fights. Okay. Now, peep this. What if the fight in between was against somebody? All right. Now let's say it's like, all right, 3rd fight, AJ. Oh, AJ has another date. He's Matchroom. He's not DAZN. He has another date. All right, so what am I going to do? You understand, these companies have budgets with these fighters. They're giving him $100 million based off of what they can generate. That may or may not have been in that contract. $100 million, cut the check. Here you go, it's in your bank. Or is it $100 million based off of what you generate? Brazil, they picked up the middle fight, who knows? But the better your dance partner, the better the money. That's just how it works, right? Now, what if Eddie pulls a fast one, Fast Eddie? He don't give him AJ for that 3rd fight. What is he gonna do? So now his money is on hold, and he's locked into a contract. Now he has to fight a big enough name so he can get his $100 million. What's he gonna do? Fight Ortiz again? Yeah, they'd like that, right? Hey, give me Dillian White. Eddie'd be like, nope, because now he got D stuck up. Well, how am I gonna get this money back? Well, Deontay, you know what you can do? You can sign another 3-fight deal with us. And that's how you get got. That's how rappers get got all the time. I just signed to Jive Records. Yeah. How much? They just gave me $1 million. They gave you $1 million? What do these cats do? They run out to buy cars, they buy homes. Their album's due in November. It's June. Oh man, I gotta get into the studio now. Now you gotta pay your engineer, you gotta pay your best friend to feature on you, you're paying all these people. You put out your album. Doesn't do as well as you thought. That label needs that money back. They gave you $1 million. You've made 900,000 since the release of your album. That goes right back to Jive Records. You still owe them how much money? Well, I hope you built the studio in your home, because now you got to pay for studio time, you got to pay engineers. So now you're in the red. You see why these people don't take record deals and they go private, independent. Salute the Nuke Juice and that super chat. Much love and appreciation. They salute Drew and Chad. Keep grinding. On the job. Xavier, salute. See what I'm saying? The boxing business is similar. So when Deontay walked away from that $100 million, they apologized. And I said, look, I don't care what y'all think. And they said sorry. That means there was something there. And everything that I'm speaking about, I wasn't there. I haven't seen anything. But he walked away from that because they didn't have their business in order. Why do I say that? Because that's what they said. We said sorry because we didn't have our business in order. They said that. And I'm in the Facebook group like, look, they said sorry. They said we didn't have our business in order. This ain't D. Jay Grant, salute. And like clockwork, they blame Deontay. Y'all already know how that goes. And here we are. But they still bigged up DAZN, right? I said Al Heyman's giving you free boxing. And this guy comes waving the app. Pay-per-view's dead. I had this one clown-ass nigga talking about, oh, I know boxing, and it looks like Eddie Hearn's about to take over American boxing. I said, look, American boxing, European boxing, I don't care. Whoever takes over boxing, I hope we start getting fights that we want. That's what I said. I didn't say, yo, he's British, so I hope he fails. I never said that. I'm on record saying, whoever got that ball, don't fumble. If I can get the fights that I want, whoever can do that, I'm all for. What I'm not for is Eddie coming over here playing games, jerking chains, lying to people, saying that fights are gonna happen and they don't happen, and then trying to charge us $10 a month for an app, right? And didn't they up it to like $20? The Brothers UK, salute. They upped the price of the app. And I said, yo, this dude don't understand our market. It's more than coming over here with all this swag and shades on. You don't understand our market. Bully, salute. General Squirrels in the building. He did not understand the market. He showed it time in and time out. Case in point, you have AJ. The moment he beat Dillian White, his next fight should have been here. Los Angeles, New York. You should have been drilling us. He has a deal with Under Armour, right? You should have dumped money into that. Yo, can you get him some commercials and air him after every, like on a football, during every baseball game? Can I purchase his billboard? Just throw him up here. Put him on a billboard in New York by Madison Square Garden. Just him standing there with a pair of boxing gloves on with his shirt off or something. The women would be looking up like, who's that? And they would do research. This is the age of information. We ain't got to go home and look at a paper no more. Remember encyclopedias? We ain't got to do that no more. We have them on our phones. They're like, who's that? Anthony Joshua. Oh, he's a handsome lad. He boxes, I watch. You know how I know that's how that works? Oscar De La Hoya in his prime, HBO, their viewership was through the roof. And they learned that a majority of those views was women. Why? Because they thought he was a handsome guy. That's just how it works. I said the same thing about David Haye. I said he should be fighting here like every month. He has the gift of gab. He got that British accent. Handsome brother. He could sell some seats. And if he catches the eyes of the women, That's part of the battle right there. This is marketing at this point. Am I lying? I said, why the hell he's fighting Andy Ruiz, his first fight in America, in the Mecca, and I swear to God, I'm in Manhattan at least twice that week, and I'm like, where is the promotion for this fight? The fight is literally 2 days away, a week away. Yeah, in this part, y'all remember? Reggie Miller called him Anthony Johnson. I was like, oh my God. Bro, AJ, in my opinion, at this point, AJ could do a better job. He could do a better job marketing himself. He need Eddie Hearn, man. Eddie Hearn has made him some money, but stunned his growth. Did you hear what I just said? Eddie Hearn has made Anthony Joshua a lot of money, but stunned his growth. AJ does not have to work a conventional job anymore a day in his life, but stunned his growth. AJ should have been fighting here. He should have fought about 5 times here already. The Parker fight, whoever he fought, should have been right here. Why did we know Lennox Lewis again? He understood the American market. Lennox Lewis is one of the greatest to ever do it. He understood, yo, this is where the money is, and this is where the beef is. I want all the smoke. Shout out to Lennox Lewis, Dill Spoolie, salute. AJ could have did the exact same thing, but goofing around with Eddie Hearn stunned his growth. That's my opinion. He could be bigger. He could be in a situation where, I mean, hey, he's walking down the street in Manhattan. Hey, Anthony Joshua. But no, he loses to Andy Ruiz. He's walking downtown in the Village. No one knew who he was but one guy. And that one guy had something slick to say to him. And I was like, God damn. Eddie Hearn. DAZN. You know, I remember when Black said he's going to leave America, his pants being held up by the string. Y'all remember he been saying that? Here we are. Now, it's not like Eddie Hearn's broke and bankrupt. No. What I'm talking about is the product. I told y'all the product was trash. It didn't make sense. I did say that if he got a bunch of fighters and we started getting the things that we wanted as supporters of the sport, I would support it. I did say that, but it didn't work. And I said, if he does that, fine, I'll support it. But if it's not working, it ain't gonna work. And I don't think it's gonna work. And it didn't work. It didn't work. Why? Close up shop. Now, why did I have a picture of Gennady Golovkin there? Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Gennady Golovkin puppet. I'll read you guys something. The package gives Golovkin equity in DAZN, a perk Eddie Hearn, Golden Boy Promotions, and even Canelo didn't receive as part of their deals. Y'all hear that? So Golovkin got equity in DAZN, and in this article I'm reading, written by Mike Coppinger, said that's something that Golden Boy and Canelo didn't even get. So Golovkin got equity in the company. Golovkin, who turns 37 in April, this is an old article, also ensured he'll receive guaranteed dates for Triple G Promotions, which doesn't have any signed fighters yet. Somebody Google Triple G Promotions. I haven't had a chance to do it. The Kazakhstan fighter is looking to sign talent from his home country and beyond as he prepares for life after competition. Good luck to you. His longtime promoter, Tom Loeffler, wasn't involved in any of the meetings, nor did he negotiate, but he could still be involved on some level, per sources. Sources say. DAZN executive chairman, John Skipper, and Hearn held several meetings with Golovkin in Los Angeles. Triple G resides in Santa Monica, it says here. I didn't know that. Over the past few months, the package from DAZN was always the most lucrative, but Triple G was enticed by the greater exposure from PBC, who holds a 4-year deal with Fox per sources. ESPN withdrew from the sweepstakes last month, and then it was down to just DAZN and the PBC. DAZN was always seen as a front runner, but PBC made a late surge earlier this month. Remember I said this was an old article, with an improved offer on a 2-fight deal. Now listen to this, that would deliver a pay-per-view bout with Jamal Charlo and guarantee a power puncher 8-figure purse in both bouts. Y'all remember that? 2-fight pay-per-view, Jamal Charlo. Y'all remember that? I'm reading it. DAZN pulled away with an offer of equity and the covered dates for Triple G Promotions, so Gennady can stage his own cards and build his company out. Triple G's friend is one of the main shareholders in DAZN. Let me stop playing. That's not Gennady Golovkin. That's Howdy Doody. For those of you that don't know what this puppet is, please just Google it. I just said that this, when I first saw Gennady, I said, God damn, looks like Howdy Doody. Don't you? Howdy Doody. So now, Bumpy Thompson, salute. It's Howdy Doody time. Golovkin has equity in DAZN. All right, he ducked out because he ducked Jamal Charlo because that didn't happen. He was enticed by the money DAZN had, and they gave him equity, right? Uh-oh. Did y'all get this? Do y'all understand what he said? Did they just Enron Triple G? Do y'all know what this means? Enron? Uh-huh. That's perfect. Did they just Enron Triple G? I think so. They showed them equity in a company that they had to know was on rubber legs when they first started. They had to know it was failing. Did they just, that is perfect. Y'all know about Enron? Not enough time. Google it. Enron was the biggest scam. People lost millions here. Millions. And these were smart people too. Bro. Rampage Jackson, salute. So Triple G went to DAZN because they gave him equity in the company. DAZN just closed up shop. Cedric Taylor. Yep. People lost, man, they lost so much bread. They lost so much bread dealing with Enron. So Triple G, ducked Jamal Charlo, was enticed by DAZN, and I'm sure he got paid. They gave him money up front. And let me be clear, Donnie side, yep. Yes. Let me be clear. Gennady's probably sitting on enough money, more than what we'll see in our lifetime. It's a Big Brown salute. Another guy that more than likely, based off of how he spent his money, whatever, more than likely, never have to work a conventional job in his life. But I'm sure he was enticed by, we'll give you equity in the company. Oh yeah, and I can start my own company. Triple G Promotions. Is that even there? That's right, Stormy. That's right. Triple G Promotions, though. Did he sign any fighters? Anyone Google that? I don't know. He's probably going to sign people from his town and then reach out and just sign fighters. I don't know what happened with that. But he has equity, and I don't think DAZN is going belly up. I'm just thinking they're pulling out of America, their boxing part, because it didn't work. Now peep this: DAZN been here longer than Triller. If Eddie Hearn understood the market and understood that the American fans are numb and we are easily distracted by nonsense. It's like, a kid could be crying and you just shake your keys in front of the kid and they just, infants, easily distracted. Just shake something, a shiny object. You give him a shiny object. Oh, God. Some American fans are like, if you have a caged bird in your house, you know how you make it go to sleep? Just throw a goddamn towel over the cage. They'll think it's nighttime. They'll just sit there and go to sleep. It's like, yo, damn, this dude loud. It's 2 PM. Cloth. They go to sleep. That's American fans. Easily distracted with nonsense. What Triller is doing, DAZN could have did. Because DAZN was around, 3 years? 2-3 years prior to Triller? If Eddie Hearn researched the market like he was supposed to do, when you go to open up a store, you say, you know what, that block, that empty place, that could be a store right there. What do? You go up there and you look at the area. What could I sell here? What do they need? What can I tell them they need? Eddie, I always said British fans, they appreciate boxing more than American fans. That's the truth. It's not like that over here, Eddie, and you found out the hard way. It takes more than your British accent, your slick back hair, and your blue eyes, and your shades, and your gift of gab. No one thought you was funny. They were laughing at you, Eddie. Now, you did some things that were okay. I'm sure Daniel Jacobs appreciates you. Canelo appreciated you. He got his bag and he left. And he drained your swamp. If you want to say that. So, hey, man. So here we are. So I think back to all of those Facebook groups. I knew, I said, you know what, when they fail, I was just hoping for the time that I was on Facebook. I'm like, I hope this thing fails on its face. And I hope I'm here long enough to stick it to these clowns. But I said, my days are numbered here because I'm not dealing with this. And here we are. I'm at least 2 years removed from those groups. Don't care. But some may be watching me. Whatever. But I'm here to tell you, I told you so. That billionaire Russian that was just dumping money into the zone. How'd that work out? I remember telling y'all, no business owner is just going to dump money into something just because. Do y'all understand how this works? That's just dumb. He don't have so much money that he just gave Eddie. First of all, that's the Russians' $1 billion. It's not Eddie's. The reading was clever. He didn't have $1 billion budget. The word was, he got the word was, I didn't want to look for it. The word was billionaire somebody. I heard it was a Russian. I don't recall exactly. The guy's a billionaire. And Eddie Hearn was able to do business with him, and he got a budget for DAZN to bring it to America. You know what the detractors, the Al Hammond haters heard? Eddie Hearn got $1 billion for boxing. Oh my God. Y'all can read, but comprehension is a problem. Eddie Hearn did not have $1 billion for boxing. He buddied up with a Russian that was a billionaire. That's what, like I said, it's been a while since I read anything. But from what I remember, it was a billionaire Russian or something. They heard $1 billion for boxing. I would tell anybody, yo, if you got $1 billion for boxing, you're a fool. You're not going to get that money back off of boxing. When you're telling me the biggest fight in the UK right now is Kell Brook and Amir Khan? What the what? Powder Jaw versus Glass Eye? That's the biggest fight in the UK? That's all you got? No. You take a few million for boxing and see what you can make back and see who you can market. They didn't have no $1 billion for boxing just to burn. And you should have heard these, you should have saw these people writing in the comment section. Like Eddie had money to burn. And I'm like, yo, look, why ain't anybody going over there then? You went to AB and he told you no, and he's staying over there with Al Heyman. And Al Heyman's still the bad guy. He's giving us free boxing, and this guy's trying to make us pay $10 a month for boxing. And a lot of y'all are casuals. There's going to be fights on there with guys you never even heard of. Y'all don't love boxing like that. So you're going to pay $10 a month just to what? Every 3 months see a fight that you may or may not be interested in? And then I heard the service be all messed up. Come on, man. Yup. Exactly. I was not impressed with DAZN. And I was looking. I said, if he provides us with a great product and we get the fights that we want, I'm all for it. I wasn't hoping for him to fail. Look, I could look past fanboyism and people that hate Al Heyman. I could look past that. I can look all through that and say, look, let me look at the facts. If he signs the Charlos, if he signs AB, if he starts signing PBC fighters and he ends up with all of them and they all happy and they all fighting each other, I'm with that. I don't care who's doing it because I want what's best for boxing. Ain't nobody wish for Eddie to fail. I can ignore him if I'm getting what I want as a consumer. I can ignore that idiot. But he came over here, he failed on his damn face, and somehow people still talking about Al Heyman. Al Heyman's still in business for now. For all I know, he could fail a year from now. I don't know. But I know he gave me a product that I appreciated. But he got work to do too. Salute to Xena360 in that super chat. He said, don't think AJ versus Usyk gonna be on DAZN either. AJ never had an exclusive deal. Wilder was right all along. Bro. DAZN USA was screwed when they burned the bridge with Wilder. He was the key to PBC. Thank you. If they came to him correct, maybe DAZN would have been all right now. Maybe DAZN would have been all right. Maybe. So here we are, years later. DAZN's pulling the troops out. And I'm gloating. Because I told you so. How about that? How about those apples? How does it taste? How does it feel?
Next week, mate. Next week. 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 Next week, mate. Next week.
Listen carefully.
Give power to my nigger sword!
If I could be a fly on the wall in some of those groups, what's the cap for Eddie Hearn? He tried. He failed. I told you. I wonder who's going to talk to Gennady Golovkin. I want to know, is he okay? He has equity in the company. Is it the overall company? Because DAZN is worldwide. Or was it just in the boxing part? I'm not educated about that. I want to know what's going on with Gennady Golovkin since it's gone under, since they're pulling out the troops. Do you still have equity in the company itself? Or did you have equity in just the boxing part? I want to know, because you went over there because you had equity in the company. Did they pull an Enron on Triple G? I don't know. I want to know, is he okay? I want to know if anyone's talking to him about that. Because everyone was the sequel salute. Everyone was, oh, he walked away for 100. Deontay walked away from $100 million. If he was still there waiting to get these nuts a return on their investment, what if he was still there right now? And then they pulling out of America. He'd be stuck. And he'd have to pay, man, listen, y'all don't get out my face with this nonsense. Salute to Xena 360 back in that super chat. He said the wilder hate became Eddie's undoing in the USA. It did. And I don't think he understands that. Lala D, salute. Cass, salute. I don't think he understands that, really. He was so insistent. Yeah, that's right, Ray. He did not see that loss coming. You could see it at the end of the fight. He was like, oh my God, what the hell just happened? He was upset. He was confused. Trust me, he was. Yeah. He don't understand. He didn't think people over here was really fucking with Deontay like that. That's a lie, man. He promoted himself all wrong over here. He messed up. And here we are. There's a lot of things he could have accomplished. His approach was wrong. He had no plan over here. He thought he was going to come over here flashing that bag, and he got nobody. So that tells you something else about Al Heyman. On paper, he might have been offering them something substantial. Oh, Al Heyman's paying you X amount of dollars. I'll give you X amount of dollars plus equity in the company. Yeah. I don't know what he offered to Charles. I don't know what he offered AB. Hey, I'll do you one better than that. Since, I'm a racist and they say I'm a racist and I'm only focusing on the black fighters. Do you remember? He even sat down and talked with Tyson Fury. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember when he tried to holler at Tyson Fury? Remember that? Who remembers that? And what did Fury do? Fury put him on full blast on social media. Y'all remember that? Basically told him to get out his face. Remember that? Gypsy Queen told you that. Salute to General Squirrels. He said, Drew, you challenging BFTB for his petty strap? Nah, man. BFTB is the petty king. BFTB is the petty god. He's the petty god and savior. I'm just on my nonsense today. Y'all remember when Tyson Fury took a dump on him? Y'all remember that? I remember that. I said, ooh, it must be bad over there in DAZN. I believe I went straight to the Facebook group. I said, y'all seen this? And you know what they did? I don't pay Fury no mind. He's a drug addict. What? I'm sorry.
The devil is a motherfucking liar.
Now he's a drug addict? He told Eddie Hearn, I'm not dealing with you, and now he's a drug addict? You know what?
Give power to my nigger sword!
Stop. Stop. See? I love it, man. Anyway, much love and appreciation to the chat, super chat, Venmo, whatever the fuck I got going, Zelle. Much love and appreciation to y'all. And in reference to this Eddie Hearn thing, what do I always say? Time reveals all truth. And a lie is nothing but the long way to the truth. Hey, Tay-Tay, time reveals all truth, and a lie is nothing but the long way to the truth. And here we are. The zone's over. Drew was right. Good luck to y'all. If I could be a fly on the wall in any of those groups, if they're still around, they're probably in there capping for him right now. Oh, well, you pulled out, but they're probably blaming the PBC. Yeah, the PBC killed you. But none of the blame is going to be on Eddie Hearn. Yeah, y'all not going to talk about what he did wrong. Just remember, when I was in that group, I told Rick Glasser, I told everybody, Eddie Hearn does not understand the American market. Which is why DAZN is over now and Triller can swoop right in and catch our eye with concerts in between boxing matches. Main events led by YouTube fighters. That's just what it is now. Think about what I'm saying. A few years later, I'm right, you're wrong. Aha! Bronx on deck.